Hi, Ed. Greetings from my basement. I'm here for a bike ride, and I'm also here to celebrate your birthday. Happy birthday. So in previous birthday videos I've made for you, I've done amazing engineering feats. We've looked at dams, bridges, aqueducts, viaducts, and so this time I'm going to be heading out shortly, and I want to do a video about trains. And right in our backyard is an amazing engineering feat. It's called the Lackawanna Cutoff. And the Lackawanna Cutoff was built in 1911, and it goes through Sussex counties, and it was a shortcut to bring passengers to the Poconos. It was the double track, and it was like straightaway, and they went very fast. And to make this Lackawanna Cutoff, it's an amazing engineering feat. They had to have massive fills, massive cuts through rock, a long tunnel, big viaducts. It was pretty amazing. So to get started on this journey, I want to show you my train table to give us some inspiration. So here's my train table. So here's my train table. And just like the Lackawanna Cutoff, I built it with two parallel tracks. There's two long continuous loops that go around. I can run several trains on each track. And I made a walkway around the center island here. So the town is the center island, and I got a walkway for access. And hidden here is my controls. So I got these two tracks, and I got two controllers, and I've got these switches over here that separate the track into four, what they call blocks, four sections. And I could shut a train off if it gets too close to another one, and space them by having the ability to shut off the sections. So here we are. You got to keep an eye. They get bunched up. You got to keep an eye there so they don't crash into each other. So I modeled two spots on the train table after places that I actually visited. And this area right over here is British Columbia, Canada. I was on a bike ride with my friend Joe and Jim, and we got to the campsite at night. It was late at night, and we knew we were camping by a river, but that was about it. But in the morning, first thing in the morning, the ground started shaking. It was like an earthquake. And so I got up and went down to the river, and on the other side of the river, it was very misty and foggy, but there was a freight train coming, and it was so heavy that it shook the ground. And so this area, this river, and this area is Golden, British Columbia after that bike ride. And so I managed to get a picture. Here was the scene in the morning, the misty river, and then I got a picture of the train rumbling down. So, Golden, British Columbia, right over here. So the other place that I visited, we were on a family trip in Colorado, and we went to Silverton, Colorado, and they have the Durango Silverton train ride. Goes up along a river and through a gorge, and there's a section there where the train is like hanging on the edge of a cliff, and I modeled it right here. So this is the cliff from the Durango Silverton train ride, going along the edge of a cliff with a steep drop off, and I hung out the window of the train and took this picture. So I modeled this section of the train table after that train ride. So there you have it, Ed. I'm gonna head out now, and we're gonna check out the Lackawanna Cutoff. Here we go. So I made a to the Mountain Lakes train station. It's not too far from home. So this is a significant stop for the train that went on the Lackawanna Cutoff. So the train route was built in 1911, and they used as a mascot the Phoebe Snow. And the Phoebe Snow was this woman in a white flowing gown, and they had her as an advertisement hanging out the back of the train. So the advertisement was that she's clean because, you know, the steam engines, the smoke gets them dirty, but this particular train burned clean burning coal and anthracite. So they had her out the back of the train, and she was clean. So the steam engine went up to 100 miles an hour. And on this Lackawanna Cutoff was a straightaway. So they got up to some pretty good speeds. So the train station is now a restaurant. It's significant to our family. Michael's grandmother, Kelly's future grandmother-in-law, nicknamed Lovey, her name is Ann McCarthy, she owned this restaurant years ago. And it was called the Phoebe Snow. So she was famous for French onion soup and popovers. So I found online the recipe for the popovers. So here it is. So what you got going is 12 eggs, 4 cups of milk, 3 tablespoons of butter, 4 cups of flour, and 2 teaspoons of salt. So you mix it together, you butter the muffin tins, and you fill 3/4 full. And at 350, you bake for 40 to 45 minutes. That's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. So I got to get that French onion soup recipe. So the Lackawanna Cutoff starts just past Lake Pecon and then goes all the way to the Delaware River. So that's going to be my next stop, the start of the Lackawanna Cutoff. See you there. Greetings from the Lackawanna Cutoff. I made it. So I'm near the beginning, and I'm facing south. I'm facing the beginning. And so I said there are 4 amazing engineering feats that we're going to see. And so I'm standing by 2 of them. The first one is the Roseville Tunnel, a 1,000-foot long tunnel. And the second one is the Colby Cut. So we're standing in a 50-foot cut, which was designed to go the whole way, but the rocks here are unstable, so they realized they needed to make a tunnel to complete the cut. So I'm going to head through the Colby Cut and go through the tunnel and then come back, and then the next stop will be the Pequest Fills. So there are 4 amazing feats. We got a tunnel, we got a cut, we got a fill, and we got a viaduct. So here's 2 of them. So getting back to the history of this Lackawanna Cutoff, built in 1911, it was designed to be a route for a luxury train to go to the Poconos. It's 28.5 miles long, and it shaved 11 miles off the route. So this section right here has been cleared. It goes from Netcong to Andover. It's a few miles long, and it's being developed now for passenger routes, so that's why it's been cleared. So anyway, so here we go. I'm going to go through the tunnel. This thing is massive. It's huge. It's 100 feet high. It goes for 3 miles that way. It's so big that the material used for it created a giant lake, Lake Lackawanna. So I'm gonna do 3 things. I'm gonna go under it, I'm gonna go on it, and I'm gonna fly over it. You ready? Here we go. Alright, so I'm on top of the Pequest Phil, 100 feet up. Not easy to get here. So this is what it looks like. There's been no rail service on the Lackawanna Cutoff since 1977, so this is no rail trail. This is just used by dirt bikes, basically. It's pretty much a clean shot straight away all the way to the Delaware River from here. So I'm gonna go down a ways, experience the Pequest Phil, and then move on to the Polandskill Viaduct. So here we go. Here we go. Let's fly over this thing. I made it to my last stop of the journey, the Polandskill Viaduct. 1,100 feet long, 115 feet high. The 2 viaducts on the Lackawanna Cutoff. This is the first one, and there's another one over the Delaware River. And so I don't know that I'm going to get up there. You know, people have died up there, and I know you can get arrested by going up there. So I'm going to check out the graffiti that's at the base of the viaduct. So I'm on the Pequest Phil. So this is the end of it, and I'm nearing the end of my journey. So I'm going to sign off. So I hope you enjoyed the Lackawanna Cutoff, and you have a great birthday and a great day. And I'll talk to you soon.